Have you ever stood in front of the mirror and wondered when your body started feeling older than your mind? Maybe your joints creak a little more when you get out of bed, or your energy dips halfway through the afternoon, even though you're not doing anything different. The truth is, aging sneaks up on all of us. One day you're chasing kids around the yard, and the next, you're asking where the time went. And more importantly, how to get a little of that time back. But what if I told you there's a way, not to turn back the clock entirely, but to slow it down, to press pause on some of the common struggles that come with aging, like fatigue, stiffness, or even forgetfulness. You don't need fancy supplements or expensive treatments. In fact, the answer might already be sitting on your kitchen table. Today, we're going to talk about something simple and powerful. Food. Not just any food, but 5 natural, easy-to-find, and delicious options that have been shown to add years, not just to your life, but to the part that really matters, your healthy years. The years where you still feel like you, where you can walk longer, think clearer, laugh louder, and live fuller. Now, I know some people roll their eyes when they hear about superfoods or trendy health advice, but what we're talking about today isn't about jumping on a fad or completely changing your lifestyle overnight. It's about adding small things, bite-sized habits, really, that make a big difference over time. Let's start with a favorite that you might already love: blueberries. These little purple gems aren't just delicious on your oatmeal or in a smoothie, they're like tiny warriors for your body, packed with antioxidants, especially one called anthocyanin. Blueberries help reduce inflammation, which is a key factor in aging. When inflammation builds up in the body, it can lead to heart disease, memory problems, and even certain types of cancer. But when you eat foods rich in these natural compounds, it's like sending in a cleanup crew to protect your cells. And the best part? You don't need to eat pounds of them. A small handful a day, fresh or frozen, is enough to start making a difference. I always tell people, think of it like brushing your teeth. One brush doesn't do much, but when you do it every day, it protects you in ways you don't even see. That's what blueberries can do for your brain and heart. Now let's talk about something you might not think of as exciting: leafy greens. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard. Yes, the things our mothers always told us to eat. Turns out they were on to something. Leafy greens are full of vitamins like K, A, and folate, and they also have powerful plant compounds that support brain health and bone strength. There was even a study done not too long ago showing that people who eat just 1 serving of leafy greens a day had slower cognitive decline than those who didn't. That's right. Just 1 serving a day can help you stay sharper, longer. I know some people say, well, I never liked the taste. But there are easy ways to work greens into your meals. Toss a handful into your soup. Mix them into scrambled eggs. Add a little to your sandwich or wrap. You don't have to eat a mountain of salad to get the benefits. And here's something interesting. Greens also help keep your bones strong. As we age, bone loss becomes a real issue, especially for women. The vitamin K in leafy greens helps your body absorb calcium better, and that means stronger bones and fewer worries about falls or fractures. You see, we often think of aging as this unstoppable process, but nature has given us tools to slow it down. And it's not about perfection, it's about consistency. A handful of berries, a scoop of greens, these little things add up. The third powerhouse food I want to mention is nuts, especially walnuts and almonds. They're more than just a snack. They're like little packages of heart-healthy fat, protein, and minerals. Walnuts in particular are incredibly rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are known to support brain function and reduce the risk of heart disease. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Aren't nuts high in calories? Yes, they are, but they're also very filling. A small handful can satisfy you much more than a sugary snack, and they won't send your blood sugar on a roller coaster ride. Plus, when you eat the right kinds of fat, like the ones in nuts, your body uses it to build healthy cells, balance hormones, and protect your organs. Here's something that always surprises people. Studies show that older adults who eat nuts regularly tend to live longer and have lower rates of chronic disease. And again, you don't need to overdo it. Just a small handful, maybe a quarter cup. A few times a week is enough to see real benefits. I remember a woman named Linda I once chatted with at a local community center. She was in her early 70s, still gardening every day and walking her dog twice a day, when I asked what she credits. And the next food we're going to talk about might just be sitting in your pantry already: extra virgin olive oil. Now, this might sound too simple to matter, but hear me out. Olive oil isn't just a cooking ingredient. It's one of the most powerful health allies you can keep in your kitchen. It's the foundation of the Mediterranean diet, which is often credited for the long, healthy lives of people in places like Greece and southern Italy. And it's not hard to see why. You see, olive oil is rich in something called monounsaturated fats, which are the good kind of fat. Yes, good fat is a real thing. These fats help keep your heart healthy by lowering bad cholesterol and increasing good cholesterol. But it goes even deeper. Olive oil also contains antioxidants like polyphenols that protect your cells from damage. And when you protect your cells, you're slowing down the aging process from the inside out. In fact, studies have shown that people who regularly include olive oil in their diets, especially older adults, experience less cognitive decline, fewer heart problems, and even better mobility as they age. Imagine something as simple as swapping out butter or processed vegetable oil for olive oil, and giving your brain and heart the daily nourishment they crave. One woman I knew in her late 60s told me her secret was drizzling olive oil on everything: steamed veggies, toast, even her morning eggs. And she had more energy than people half her age. It's these simple changes that make the biggest difference, especially when we stick with them. So how can you use olive oil every day without overthinking it? Just keep a small bottle on your counter and get into the habit of using a tablespoon or two in your cooking. Roast your vegetables with it. Add it to your salad dressings. Even a little goes a long way. The key is choosing extra virgin olive oil, the least processed kind, with the most nutrients preserved. Now let's move on to something a bit heartier: beans and legumes. They might not sound glamorous, but beans are quietly one of the most powerful anti-aging foods out there. They're packed with plant-based protein, which is essential for maintaining muscle as we age. And muscle loss is one of the hidden causes of frailty, falls, and fatigue in older adults. The more muscle you can hold on to, the stronger and more independent you'll remain. But that's just the beginning. Beans are also loaded with fiber, which is great for digestion and keeping your gut healthy. A healthy gut doesn't just help you stay regular. It also affects your immune system, energy levels, and even mood. Yes, mood. There's real science behind the phrase gut feeling. When your digestive system is working well, your whole body feels it. And here's the best part: beans are incredibly affordable and versatile. Whether you like black beans, lentils, chickpeas, or kidney beans, they all offer similar benefits. You can make a pot of lentil soup, toss some black beans into a salad, or mash up chickpeas for a simple hummus spread. The options are endless and the rewards are huge. I remember a gentleman named Harold. He was 74, walked every morning, and still worked part-time at the local library. He told me, "I eat beans almost every day. I don't even think about it anymore. I just know they help me feel light, strong, and focused." And that's really what we're aiming for here. Not perfection, but progress. Not big leaps, but small steps you can live with, day in and day out. What's beautiful about everything we've discussed so far, blueberries, greens, nuts, olive oil, and beans, is that they don't require a radical diet or fancy prep. They're simple, natural, and they come straight from the earth. Your body recognizes these foods. It knows what to do with them. And when you give your body what it truly needs, it responds with more energy, clearer thinking, stronger immunity, and yes, more years of health and vitality. And let me say this, it's never too late to start. You don't have to be in your 30s or 40s to benefit from these changes. Your body is always ready to heal, to strengthen, to thrive, no matter your age. Think of your body like a garden. Even if you haven't tended it perfectly over the years, it will still respond when you water it, feed it, and give it sunlight. These foods are your sunlight, your water, your nourishment. Sometimes people ask me, is it really that simple? And my answer is yes and no. It is simple, but it's also powerful because behind these small foods are big shifts in how your body ages. You're not just avoiding disease, you're building resilience. You're not just living longer, you're living better. And that's what we're all really looking for, isn't it? Not just more candles on the birthday cake, but more joy in the years we have. More time with grandkids, more walks in the park, more laughter around the dinner table. That kind of life doesn't come from luck. It comes from the little things you. And now let's talk about the fifth and final food on our list, one that's often forgotten, but has been cherished for centuries. Fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and even miso. These foods might sound exotic to some or too simple to matter to others, but let me tell you, they are the unsung heroes of healthy aging. What makes fermented foods so powerful? It all comes down to something called probiotics, the good bacteria that live in your gut. Your gut isn't just a place where food is digested. It's actually home to trillions of microorganisms that influence your immune system, your brain, your skin, and even your mood. Think of your gut as your second brain. When it's happy and balanced, the rest of your body tends to follow. As we age, our gut health naturally starts to decline. We might notice more bloating, constipation, food sensitivities, or even unexplained fatigue. That's often your gut waving a little red flag, asking for help. And fermented foods can be the gentle reset button your digestive system needs. Yogurt is an easy place to start. A cup of plain, unsweetened yogurt in the morning, maybe with those blueberries we talked about earlier, can help replenish your gut with friendly bacteria. Kefir is another option, especially if you're lactose sensitive. It's a fermented milk drink that's tangy, smooth, and loaded with probiotics. And if dairy's not your thing, try adding a spoonful of sauerkraut or kimchi to your meals. They add a burst of flavor and, more importantly, they bring life back into your gut. Now, I know fermented foods can be an acquired taste, especially if you didn't grow up eating them. But here's a little trick. Start small. Even a few spoonfuls a day can help. Over time, your taste buds adjust, and your body begins to crave the balance and energy they provide. One woman in her 60s told me she started adding just 1 tablespoon of sauerkraut to her lunch every day. Within a week, her digestion improved, her skin looked clearer, and she said she just felt lighter. Sometimes it's the tiniest shifts that spark the biggest changes. Let's take a breath here and look at what we've built together. You've got blueberries for your brain and heart, leafy greens for strength and memory, nuts for energy and healthy fat, olive oil for vitality and protection, beans for gut and muscle health. And now fermented foods to keep everything in balance. That's a powerful team working inside your body every single day. And here's the beautiful truth. You don't have to overhaul your life to benefit from this. You don't need a personal chef or expensive supplements. You just need awareness, intention, and a little consistency. That's it. Think of it as adding to your life, not restricting it. You're not giving things up. You're gifting yourself more life with every choice you make. I want you to imagine something with me. Picture yourself a year from now, walking a little taller, moving a little easier, smiling a little more. Your mornings are brighter because you feel rested. Your mind is clearer. You don't dread getting out of bed. You're excited. You're doing things you thought you couldn't do anymore. That version of you is not out of reach. It starts right here, with one bowl of yogurt, one handful of nuts, one walk around the block, one kind thought about yourself. You see, growing older doesn't mean fading. It doesn't mean shrinking back. It means rising into a new kind of strength, a quieter, wiser, deeper one. And the food you eat is one of the most loving things you can give yourself during this time. I know life gets busy, even in retirement. There are appointments, family obligations, maybe even a few aches and pains that slow you down. But you are still in control. You still get to choose what goes on your plate. And with every bite, you're choosing how you feel, how you move, how you age. The goal isn't perfection. It never has been. The goal is to feel alive in your own body, to feel like time isn't slipping away but being reclaimed, that your best years aren't behind you. They're right now. So as we wrap up today's conversation, I want to leave you with a simple reminder. It's not too late. It's never too late to change your story. You don't need to do everything at once. Just start with one thing. Choose one food from today's list and add it to your routine. See how your body responds. See how your mood shifts. Listen to the small whispers of health returning. And when you're ready, add another. Then another. And if you've made it to the end of this video, I want to thank you. You've already taken the first step just by being curious and open. That kind of mindset, that willingness to learn and grow, is one of the greatest anti-aging secrets of all. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these foods? Have you noticed a difference in how you feel? Or is there a food or habit you swear by that keeps you feeling young? Share it with us.